to get started, folks.
Washington's 106.7 WJFK. Here starts Ron and Fez.
Okay, good. You're in for that, right?
Ron and Fez.
Fezzy, in the hall during the break, I have a young man with a beef. Come on over here. Billy, you stay in the room, though. The beef is with you.
Harry Elvis, come to a mic, please.
During the last segment, someone called up to talk about White Castle.
Yeah.
And Billy did one of my jokes.
Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, up in New Jersey, they have White Castle hamburgers. They're, small hamburgers with onions on them. And we get
I'm a huge White Castle fan. You could get a sack.
Yeah. I did.
You get like 30 of them for a couple of people.
You can get 30 of them for like $1.50.
And I fancy myself a bit of a fast food critic. I'll tell you what you want to get into, the new White Castle jalapeno cheeseburgers.
I saw the commercial and I was very intrigued.
Delicious.
I love any food you can get from behind a bulletproof glass.
What joke was that?
Billy stealing jokes from Harry?
Now, was this a joke from your act?
Not only was it from my act, I actually did it on the show as part of my very first rant about fast food.
What was that?
It was, I said that I love fast food restaurants. My favorite was White Castle because I love any kind of restaurant with bulletproof glass.
I would laugh, but I laughed earlier when I heard Billy do it.
That's right. It's not as funny the second time.
Yeah. All right, Billy.
Why did you steal from the kid?
You can't go lift the material from a young comic. You're like Robin Williams now.
Please.
You're going to amateur nights and stealing their stuff.
First off, and would never intentionally steal from Harry, because if it was unintentional, and I apologize, but that's ridiculous. I wasn't going to say, oh, God, Harry wrote a good joke. I think I'll say it here. It was a conversation.
Yeah, but that's a pretty specific line.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it this way. I did not recall Harry making that joke.
That is not a joke that you're just going to be able to make up off the top of your head yourself.
And it wasn't that funny to begin with to be that upset about.
All right, so during conversation...
I was laughing.
So during conversation, if you call yourself a wild and crazy guy, that's fine?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What is wrong with that?
All right, somebody just IM me. I guess it's Rory from the other room saying that when you did that line, and we were all in the air here, Harry was yelling that you're a hack.
Oh, really?
What a hack does, Billy. You steal material.
Yeah.
That's basically it. It's cut and dry.
Okay.
There's no, there's nothing.
Closer to the mic.
Harry, you know what? I don't get my material from Comedy Central, okay? It's a conversation.
You got it from me.
One freaking joke. My God. Do you want me? Okay, so the first rule of being a professional comic, when you do that, you say, look, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was your joke. And you move on.
But it's not like it's an easy enough joke that
You're saying it had to be lifted. It's not
It's so, like you said, it's so specific of a line, it had to be taken. Not accidentally.
Did you forget that Harry was here when he was doing his stuff?
I've never seen Harry's act except on videotape once.
I did it here in this room.
Like I listened to you?
Well, I should hope you're listening to the show when something's going
good
on.
point.
Yeah, but I don't listen to everything you say.
All right, now you're mad at the guy whose joke you stole.
No, I have already apologized to him. My God, Harry, people steal from me all the time.
Who?
Homeless people. And here's the thing, if I'm not here...
Oh, Harry.
Harry, you are hot tonight!
That joke was so funny, I can't wait till next week when Billy does it.
Hack!
The thing is, how many jokes do we know that he's trying to use that, he's stolen from another comedian who
That's
isn't
true.
in the room?
Yeah.
How do I know you're not doing a lot of Paul Bond material?
For one simple reason, you don't still do amateur nights like some people in this room when you're stealing material on a regular basis. A real comic knows when somebody steals on a regular basis. Okay? If you do a joke that someone else does, you talk to another comic like a pro comic, which you're not yet.
Billy's going to come in here next week with the Sledge-O-Matic and start smashing water.
What are you, opening up your friggin' joke book here, Harry? Let's get into this century.
Tell me what day it is. I want to bring plastic wrap.
Let's get into this century, Harry. Let's grow up. Let's become a comic.
What are you saying? He's old?
He's doing jokes. What do you want a comic to do?
My God, we're doing Gallagher jokes who hasn't been around in 25 years.
Good point, Billy. It's that you're a hack and you're stealing from a guy who hasn't done anything in a
I'm
decade.
sorry. Did I do a Gallagher joke?
Are you really...
All right, it wasn't a joke that Gallagher did. It was a joke about Gallagher.
It was a reference.
Harry, I would know.
If he says a George Washington joke, it doesn't make it old.
Harry, you are the
Where's your jokes from? The 1700s?
Harry, you are the hackiest, darkest comic.
Where did that come from?
No, we've had to explain to you how many of your jokes are hacked and
All right.
stocked.
When you call him a stocky comic, it's only because of his size.
And you're sitting there going,
Just because you're twice the size of two people doesn't mean you can start calling yourself weak.
Look, Harry.
Maybe he's French.
Look, Harry.
This kid's got it.
Oh, look, Harry. If you have a mirror in your house, you don't miss many of meal
Hey,
either,
you know what
okay?
that is? That's snaps.
It really is. This is how they do it.
You're doing the dozens on them.
At least my nips don't hang down to my knees.
All right, come on, don't work blue.
Just to your thighs.
All right, well, can you two shake hands and Billy stop lifting material, okay?
He's just a kid.
Look, I said if it was Harry's joke, I did not intentionally do it.
But now looking back on it, didn't you open up with saying good evening, ladies and germs?
All right. You know what? A real comic, a real man would just say, you know what? I understand. You did it. It's a mistake. And
How many times have people had to say that to you?
many times, because people have used my material.
Oh. Who has used your material?
Oh,
Paul.
No, other comics and stuff. And, you know,
Name one.
No, it's not really right. The name.
Because you can't name one.
I can name quite a few.
You're closer to the Hanukkah song.
Sandler.
At least I have a closer, Harry. You've never come
The
close.
Hanukkah song. I just said it.
Yes, we heard you the first time. It wasn't funny.
You know what? Oh,
You're telling me I suck?
Oh, I do. I know
Get
you're.
off the open mic night.
Billy.
Tell me I suck.
I know your closing bit. Oh, F you, Redbank.
Now, in that show, you got accused of stealing somebody's line from Comedy Central.
Oh, yeah,
no.
right.
Look, that David Tell.
The David Tell line.
Yeah, that bit I have been doing for a long time, and I never even.
So he stole from
Shut
you?
up,
Harry. I'm talking.
No yelling.
He's allowed. We have guests.
I'm trying to tell my.
I know, but
Yes, we have a young comic here tonight.
why step with the guy who's getting laughs?
Doesn't even
I know, but he's getting laughs. All right, what were you going to say, Harry?
I was saying, he's been doing it a long time since the first time he saw David Tell do it.
That's immature, Bill.
That's not a comeback.
This is what you let. This is what you're cutting me off for. I was on David Tell's special. I've known David Tell long.
Working the back of the room cleaning dishes.
What?
It doesn't.
He's on a roll. This area is on a roll. I'm dying here.
Oh,
I'm going to come to this nightclub every night.
I can't wait for the Ray and Elvis show.
There's wacky.
I want you to shake hands, and, we know who did the joke now.
I ain't shaking his hand now.
Why?
No.
You're the one who did the offense.
I already made did my amends with him, and he's keeping the crap and bringing up the Attell stuff. And if you knew a damn thing about comedy at all, you would know that I've been doing that joke, and it's a different entirely joke if you're bothered to do any friggin' homework whatsoever instead of just trying to impress Ron and Fez with little hack one-liners.
If you would hack him back, don't hit me with stuff. If you would hack him back, wouldn't we be on your side too? What was the David Tell joke that got stolen?
No,
Good evening, ladies and germs. And I just flew in and my arms are tired.
Take my wife, please.
Has anybody had a colostomy?
No.
Stop yelling.
He comes on there asking where Rochester is.
Is anybody here from Buffalo? Good, I'm from Real Parents. Anyway, folks, I'm Billy Staples. I'd like to be your comedy staple tonight.
What was the David Tell joke?
Oh, back
Mike, why don't you come in with a drum and a cymbal and work behind him?
I'd love to.
Clutch. What was the joke that you stole?
No, the joke that I wrote that I've been doing for a long time was just about the size matter. And Dave does it in a completely different manner because I make fun of myself being a large person. It has nothing to do with David Tell's joke.
All right, hold on. We do have the joke.
Oh, here we go.
Hold on. Let me ask the ladies a question here tonight. Ladies, I want to ask you a question, and I want you to answer it as honestly and quickly as you can. Ladies, does size matter? Holy we got a lot of sluts here tonight.
All right, thank you.
The punchline is holy S.
No.
We got a lot of stuff.
No, that's not the punchline. That's the beginning of the whole chunk.
Why would...
You're the chunk.
So you're just panning for gold there. We haven't even got to the chunk.
That's just the beginning. It's a whole about 7-minute chunk.
Really?
Yeah.
Little piece of business you're working
Then
on.
why did your act only last 2.5 minutes?
Because I didn't get a chance to get into it with the booze and the screams and the you sucks.
That was from the comedy album Dead at Red Bank.
This is what happens when you perform before more than 3 people that you had to bring yourself.
Now, this is when Billy played the Hine Family Christmas. And they were all booing him and yelling.
I like, ladies, please stop booing long enough to answer me, ladies.
Do not throw anything. I'm serious.
And if you don't quit chanting a-hole, I'll leave.
Honestly, it reminded me of like Ivan Putski when he was a bad guy coming out. It was like the Iron Sheik walked out on stage. That's how they would booed you.
I was like a lamb being brought to slaughter. It was just
the Sergeant Slaughter. Yes, Harry Elvis.
I was going to say it was a really fat lamb.
Oh.
I was going to hold back because I thought it was a cheap shot.
It is a cheap
Harry, do you have a mirror in your house? Do you own a mirror?
Yeah, Billy,
okay,
you lines off it in the 80s.
Yeah, I did.
90s too.
And I probably bought it from your Turkish grandparents. But listen.
How old are you?
What I did lines off of in the 80s makes no difference what size you are now. You're one to call somebody heavy. The freaking guy acts like he's 125 pounds and he's like a swimmer. He's got a swimmer's body. God. Harry, look at yourself. My God.
It's from the guy who stole Chris Farley's bit for more than a year and a half.
You don't live?
Yeah.
Oh, they're fun together, aren't they?
They're really, really good.
It's like a really odd father and son team.
It's like a really heavy ventriloquist act.
They're cute, though, huh?
I hope Ray and Elvis have him on more.
The Ray and Elvis show.
Tune it into Comedy Central.
You know, if we're going to play Billy's bad tapes, we ought to play that Ray and Elvis show one night. And these guys did their own little act.
The audition tape.
Yeah, the audition tape that they faked they had a weekend show on a talk station. That was the most brilliant part of the whole thing. No one would be able to find out that they weren't on a market number 1.
Sure.
Everyone has gotten fired that could possibly say, no, we never ran that show.
It's a brilliant disguise.
With Harry's father screaming in Turkish upstairs.
Oh. So what I feel bad about with the Bulletproof Joke is that it got laughs in this room. I chuckled at it. I know that.
And I give Harry...
and it was Harry's joke.
And I, like a professional comic, which Harry knows nothing
A what?
about, I said, I gave him props. And I said, you know what, I didn't
Not until you were called out on it.
When you gave him props, you gave him your old rubber chicken.
No, I still have that.
This, whenever you're in trouble, kid, go to this.
Carrot Top's going to be calling him next week asking where he got that boot with the kickstand on.
Way to tell look at the job. Always deliver the punchline.
What is it about all you young guys that always put down Carrot Top?
It's just his act isn't very intelligent.
Right, and he makes $3.5 million a year.
That's the jealousy thing, is that people love him. They can't get enough of this, like, you know, he puts on a pizza uniform and, like, they'll go, I'll take the pizza from here, and, like, that's his big gimmick, and it's, like, silly.
So he's not funny at all?
I don't find him funny at all.
Because you're above that.
Bill Hicks.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah,
it's easy to say I like a dead person.
You know, but I like people who sort of make the thing.
Well, you would do those 1-800 commercials, wouldn't you?
I do the 1-800 commercials. That I don't see as the problem. I think more of his act that's just really, like, annoying. He's got...
What's with his eyebrows? What has he done?
Are they painted on?
He does, like, makeup and stuff. Like, if he does TV...
They look like witch eyebrows.
Yeah, he gets them, I think, tweaked or something.
Every young comic always has to feel like they're going to open by taking shots at this guy, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any prop comic. Prop comics get a lot of crap.
Right.
He's making a lot of money, though. Maybe it's more of a jealousy.
So when you started, did you start with props?
Yeah.
I can see you as a prop guy.
Yeah.
What were some of your props?
Oh, I had a...
chicken farm.
No, that was
somehow to eat a sandwich.
Now you're just doing jokes for the room.
Elvis is too good for you, Ray.
Well, at least I was the one who had a date to have a chicken farm.
Hey, speaking of which, who did you leave with last night, Billy?
Nobody. I didn't leave with anybody. but I was hanging out with a few people.
Somebody told me that you left with somebody. But
You left with someone last night?
No, I went home alone.
Who was the girl that I tried to hook you up with? Did that work at all?
That was Ashley Olsen. We talked for a while.
Yeah?
Yeah, Ashley, and then...
She's cute, huh?
She's very cute. And
then who else did you hook up with?
Heather came over to me.
Is that so?
Heather from before.
From
Chicken Farm 3.
Anything good there?
A little change in attitude.
Really?
Yours or hers?
Hers. Well, what's the matter? Don't you like me anymore?
No, let me. Did you have appetites just when she was doing that? Trying to get close to some chicken fingers?
The chicken fingers out again?
No, there was no. This was a non-food relationship last night. Yeah.
All right. So who else? Just those two?
Yeah, that was it.
Which one? If you could pick right now.
Probably go with Heather.
Really?
A little older. A little more my age.
Wait a sweet talker.
She farts dust, so yeah. Let's say I'm interested.
That didn't come out exactly the way I meant it.
We have the same numbers of crow's feet, and I think that's really a nice basis for a relationship.
How about when I caught Harry rubbing on somebody's back last night, and that brought the attention, and everybody buzzed him, and Harry actually turned around and went, "Shut up!" at me. You rubbing up someone?
The worst part, it was like the one point the whole night where no music was being played.
I know.
For some reason.
Wasn't it ironic the way half the bar turned around and busted you when I did that?
It was. Harry was at a separate table. He was sitting with a group of people.
Way far away.
Yeah. And he's sitting next to a young lady who's like in a backless dealio. And so Ronnie looks over and sees Harry just doing some nice bare back rubbing. And points it out. And dead silence for some reason. The band stops. Everyone's quiet. Everyone hears Ronnie announce it. And an entire bar of people focus their laser beam eyes on Harry Elvis, and he freaks. And
they did the laugh and point at him. And it was like every bad thing that a kid thinks could happen to him. And then he was literally going, "No, it wasn't. Shut up." Like I'm his brother.
Then everyone started yelling out like back jokes.
He was exfoliating.
Those are the shoulder blades, you idiot. Try to get some front.
That was you that yelled that.
I love Ronnie. Ronnie was, have a seat next to Billy.
I know. When I see you up there, I always try to find a chick for you.
Yeah, it was very nice of you. I appreciate that.
I try to throw you one of my other bitches.
That's nice.
Billy always gets a nice center table. He's very Godfather-ish when he goes out.
Well, he always goes for that same booth.
Yeah, he
like
goes
he's
for the
Jackie
big booth.
Gleason.
No, that's
Mr. Gleason's booth. I'm sorry.
That's my table. It's reserved for me.
Toot Shore over here, rubbing backs.
There's no back rubbing at my table.
So, anything with Heather?
Just that we did a little,
What?
Kissing?
Yeah.
Loving, touching, kissing?
Yeah, a little
When was this? Where am I? Come get me if you're going to start making out. Wait a minute.
No. No, it's for exactly this reason.
Where was it? Out front?
No, right at the bar.
Really?
Uh-huh.
You know
that bright orange
shirt?
How
what
did I miss
I
this?
bet it was? When I brought you that other girl, that made Heather a little jealous.
Mm-hmm. And the other girl is still, we've already kept in touch. And
wow.
Already writing someone that I'm hitting on her.
Nice.
She write that though.
She has a daily weblog, and I looked today. And Billy Staples.
What is?
I have a morning weblog.
Oh, it's on her profile online under Ashley Olsen.
What's the Ashley Olsen?
That's her nickname. That's her screen name.
Try to find it for me, Harry, because I don't know how to get through all this.
Like one of the Olsen twins?
Yeah.
Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen?
And she actually made up a drink called the Ashley Olsen with 2 cherries and stuff.
Funny. I'm sure the Olsen twins will be glad to hear it. Sounds adorable. Is there a Mary Kate?
No, just an Ashley, because Ashley's...
Billy's Mary Kate. Maybe
He's Mary Kay.
Or something, does it matter, Harry? You know how it's spelled?
Ashley, and then new word, Olsen. So it's...
So working 2 ladies last night. No wonder I didn't see much of you.
Yeah, and it was just like, and I was like, I wasn't in the greatest mood. I wasn't going to stay long either. I left fairly early.
Right, I remember you saying you were leaving.
Yeah.
Well, a couple of people said to me, hey, I think Billy left with a chick.
No. I was hanging out with Heather just till the very end, and then I said I made sure she had a ride home. You know, I said she was taken care of. She was going home with the other chick, so she wasn't driving. So I was like,
That's very gentlemanly.
Yeah.
Nice, Billy.
Yeah, and they both from Long Island too, which is very, difficult now. But
out of my mind tonight. That's the hard part. I got to go 300 miles from here in Fairfax.
Usually these Long Island Vienna relationships don't work out.
So I'm going to do my best with it, that's all.
Howard Stern, Don and Mike, Bill O'Reilly, Ron and Fez, and the Washington Redskins. 106.7 WJFK.